Good day, Philippines. I'm Atom Alerto, always alert when it comes to science, solutions, and the environment. Today's top story from gadgets to garbage, the chemistry of e waste in the Philippines. Every click, call, and charge we make depends on electronics, from mobile phones and laptops to the batteries that power our homes. But what happens when these gadgets reach the end of their life? In 2022, the Philippines generated over 537 million kilograms of e-waste, making us one of the Southeast Asia's top producers. Behind this mountain of discarded electronics lies a hidden danger: toxic chemicals like mercury, lead, and cadmium that seep into our soil, water, and food chain. Today, we'll uncover how e-waste is transforming from a symbol of progress into a source of pollution, and how chemistry holds the key to turning this garbage back into valuable resources. From a closer look, we go to Ali, who is reporting from the Payatas dump site, a site that has long symbolized the challenges of waste management in the Philippines. Ali?
Thanks, Atom. I'm here at the Payatas dump site where the consequences of improper battery and e-waste disposal are painfully visible. Electronic waste includes all devices with plugs or batteries. In many Filipino homes, batteries power our everyday gadgets, from children's toys to remote controls. But when they run out, most end up in regular trash bins. This seemingly harmless act, but it leads to soil, water, and air pollution. A 2016 study by the University of the Philippines revealed that 22 million mobile phones were discarded, with 95% of respondents unaware of proper disposal methods. The tragic case of the Payatas dump site shows how toxic materials from waste contaminates water systems, eventually flowing into Mahilum. Communities near landfills report higher rates of respiratory illnesses and skin conditions according to the Department of Health. The consequences are severe. First, health risks. Lead exposure impairs children's cognitive development. Mercury causes neurological disorders, and cadmium damages kidneys and bones. Second is environmental damage. Heavy metals battle accumulate in fish and crops, threatening food security. The Pasig River, once thriving, is now biologically dead due to decades of pollution. This issue ties directly to the Sustainable Development Goals. SDG 2, Zero Hunger, is about clean soil and water, safeguard agriculture and fisheries. SDG 3, Good Health and Well-being, prevent toxic exposure, protects communities. SDG 6, Clean Water and Sanitation, tells us about proper disposal, keeps rivers and groundwater safe. SDG 13, Climate Action, tells us about recycling reduces pollution and greenhouse gas emissions.
That's concerning to hear, Ali. But what's the chemistry behind that makes e-waste materials harmful to our health?
That's a good question, Atom. Chemistry explains why the properties of e-waste are harmful. Heavy metals like lead and mercury are non-biodegradable, meaning they persist in the environment for decades. They bind to proteins in the human body, disrupting vital functions. Moreover, such metals can accumulate in soil and water, therefore entering the food chain. But no worries, chemistry also shows us the other side. E-waste is a valuable resource. Through pyrometallurgy and hydrometallurgy, we can recover copper, gold, and lithium, whereas green chemistry designs safer eco-friendly materials for future electronics. Ultimately, proper disposal and waste management could definitely alleviate the problem.
That's a very insightful one. Thanks. Now, let's go live with Sham to dive us deep into the science of the e-waste crisis.
Thank you, Atom, and here's a closer look at what's happening in our discarded devices and the science behind e-waste pollution. When all gadgets and batteries are thrown away, they don't just stay as they are. Metals like lead and cadmium, for example, react with moisture and begins forming ions that leak into the soil and water. When these substances are exposed to air and water, they undergo corrosion reactions that release even more toxic compounds. Tiny particles from when metals break down and spread, giving us a contaminants small enough to enter our bodies through food and water. And when lithium and other chemicals from batteries mix with water, they can form acidic solutions that damage ecosystem and harm communities. To tell us about the solutions and innovations tackling this issue, let's hear from Zañata.
Thank you for that, Sham. Now, the good news is that chemistry is also part of the solution. Several innovations tackle e-waste and battery pollution in our communities, especially in urban areas. Some facilities now use chemical recycling methods that separate valuable metals from old electronics through safe extraction processes. Local researchers have also adopted kits that detect heavy metals in soil and water, using simple reactions to identify contamination early. Some communities are also adopting drop-off stations for batteries equipped with chemical stabilizers that prevent leaks while waiting for transport. And several cities across the zone have started supporting recycling hubs that recover copper, gold, and lithium through controlled chemical treatment. Louie, walk us through what you're seeing there.
Yes, scientific advancement are helping the Philippines improve its e-waste management. However, technology alone cannot resolve the issue. It requires a collective effort from all individuals to reduce dangerous chemicals leaks. Community initiatives are also encouraged. Properly disposing of old gadgets, using battery drop-off points, supporting recycling programs, avoiding informal burning, and staying informed around waste guidelines are all important steps towards safer communities. While e-waste begins as a chemical problem, collective action and responsible choices show that chemistry also provides the tools to lead our communities toward cleaner, healthier environments. Now, back to you, Atom.
That's it for today's special report. Through science, we can understand both the dangers and the opportunities in e-waste management. Today, we learned proper waste management is necessary for us to live a cleaner and healthier future. I'm Atom Alerto, always alert for science, solutions, and the environment. Until next time, stay informed, stay responsible, and stay alert.